Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rini, and of course this is the Enchanted Planner. I'm having problems with my voice fading in and out today, so bear with me and I hope it sticks around. So what are we doing today? I'm going to take you through 15 or so creative ways to use florals in your planners, because y'all know I'm kind of the florals girl. I love my florals. So we're going to start with some of my oldest planners. So this is my very first planner, like from 2020, and I'm going to show you guys a few different things. Granted, I have a stack of planners here, so hold on. All right, so getting started in this one. First up, we have checkerboard. Now this is a fun and creative way to mix things up in your spread and use up some of these smaller florals that come in some of the Happy Planner sticker books. These ones came out of the Pastel Mega Pack, I believe is where these are from. This is an old spread. This is from like April of 2020. But this is a checkerboard pattern. And I did a checkerboard pattern recently with fruit. I think it was back in June or July, showing you guys how to sort of create this sort of look. The only thing I will suggest is do this on a week that you don't have a ton going on, unless you want to cover up your decor. Because this is so... it takes up so much of the vertical space. This is best done on a week that you don't have a ton going on. Next up is a top border. Now these florals I made in Canva, I believe. I think I may have bought the images off of Etsy, like the actual florals, and then just made them myself. But I love this spread actually. It's one of my, it was a lot of work. It was labor intensive, but it was really, really pretty by the time all was said and done. So this is back in when I didn't have a ton of sticker books. Like I did, but I didn't have a lot of florals. So I went looking for florals and I made my own. So example number 2 out of this book is a top border. Now going over to the next one, we're going to take you through the center. Now this is scrapbook paper, but this can also be done with just florals right across the center. I don't have an example of it, but you can also do florals right across on either of the diagonals. There's nice, neat, fun ways you can use florals. You just have to play around a bit and see what you like. And I like to mix things up every once in a while. Although I'll tell you, by flipping through these planners, looking for examples, apparently I've been stuck in a rut for a while, so I think I'm going to try and mix things up fairly soon. Okay, and the last one I'm going to show you in this planner is going all around the edges. No, apparently we have one more. Hang on, we have one more. What is it? Oh, I see what it is. Okay, so this is a nice example. These florals came out of the... what book is this? It's escaping me right now. Damn it. I love this book. It's one of my favorite books, and some of these pink and green florals are some of my favorites out of that book. And the next example I'm going to show you is doing it in 4 corners. Now you can take this right out to the edge of the page, or you can stay within the confines of the vertical spread. Sometimes I do both, but I do like the 4 corners. These florals came out of the Flowers sticker book. I'm still trying to remember the name of the other sticker book. Gosh, there's so many flower sticker books now. There wasn't when I first started planning. Now there's tons of them. Okay, the next one we're going to go into is my vertical from last year. So going to our first example, which is all along the bottom. These flowers are from Love Posh. They were out of the Blossoms book. But yeah, just going all along the bottom. Nice, simple, clean. And then of course, I generally always pop them in and amongst. I went a little crazy with the washi on this spread. I don't know what possessed me, but I did. So that's the example for this one. And the next example is another all along the bottom. Let me take my pages out. But these flowers were out of the Pressed Florals sticker book, and I found them difficult to work with. So what I came up with was literally making them like it was a floral garden at the bottom of the planner spread. because otherwise there's another set of these in that book too that they have foil on them, and it's the same thing. They're like really spindly like this, so they'd look good threaded amongst things, but they just weren't working. So I'm like, well, we're gonna make a flower garden then at the bottom of the planner spread. Let me put back in all of my sheets. And the next example we're gonna go with, now this I cannot take credit for. This spread I totally borrowed from Twinkle Plans Her Day, which is Christine. So I really loved what she had done here by using shapes, in this case hexagons, and popping the flowers out from behind them in matching coordinating colors. So Twinkle Plans Her Day, which is Christine, is a great one to subscribe to on YouTube because she really likes to do some fun, creative, outside of the box type of things in her planner spread. Like I've seen her take flowers and make a big circle in the middle of her planner spread. Like she's done some really, really beautiful and creative things. So if you haven't, or if you don't follow Christine, she's Twinkle Plans Her Day on YouTube and Instagram, and that would be a suggestion for somebody that's unique and fun to follow. All right, so I believe that is it for this planner. I was gonna say sticker book, but it's not a sticker book. Okay, now we're gonna go into my horizontal for this year. And we're gonna start with, again, we've got some shapes we're playing with, and then we're having some of them peek out. But why I like this is because I sort of scattered the florals all over the page in balance and then peeked them out and about from either in between the shapes or coming in off of the side of the pages. But this was a fun one. I liked this spread. All right, so the next one we're gonna go to is the one where I mispunched my page. And this, of course, is taking florals and putting them all the way down the spine. Now, this will mean, depending upon the planner you're using, you may have to redate it. In this case, because I did this in a horizontal, I had to redate the planner. But if you're doing it in a vertical, you don't need to worry about redating it, right? Or if a dashboard, you would probably have to redate it as well. Next up on the agenda is what I refer to as a triangle. So we've got here and at the top. So we literally have a triangle. I have done another spread, but I cannot find it for the life of me, where I did a reverse triangle. So it's in the center down here and then up in the top corners. But I can't find that spread for it. I can't find it. I went through all my planners. So I don't know if it's, oh, I didn't go through a couple of my health planners that might be in there. But anyway, so this is a triangle. And then like I said, you can flip it and you can do a reverse triangle. So I'm just going to pop, excuse me, pop that back in there. And the next one on the agenda is 4 corners. So literally, as I said, it's just decorating the 4 corners. And again, I had to redate this because I'm in a horizontal. So by putting them in those 4 corners, I was losing dates. But it's fun to play around with placements for florals. At least I find it fun to play around with. The next one up is what I call the wave. So it's kind of like whoosh, and then here, and then up. So this was, these florals are absolutely beautiful. They came out of the Functionally Chic, or is it the Spring book? It's one of those two, the Functionally Chic purple or the Spring book from Love Posh, but they weren't very big. So I had to come up with something that would work and still leave myself a lot of room to write, because this is my tarot journal. So I need lots of room to write, as you can see. But I do like the fact that we kind of went with this swoosh. All right, and then the next one up is combining them with other things. Like I really like the Disney, but they don't really have a lot of like larger decor pieces in those books. So I find combining them with florals works really, really well. These florals again came out of that Live Love Posh Blossoms sticker book. But I don't know, it looks nice. And yeah, she did end up getting a magic carpet because it was driving me crazy that she was just sitting in thin air. And the next one up is what I call thirds. So we've decorated here, we've decorated here, and we've decorated here. Just simply around the edges. I actually really like this spread. I just started decorating my monthly in this planner and the monthly in my health planner. There's no plan with me's for them though. I just decided to do them off camera. But yeah, so just simply we got third, 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 although I did miss it in the middle. That's the one thing I am missing. And our next example is sort of all the way down the side. Now I do realize these aren't florals, but this can be easily done with florals. We're going to go all the way down this side. But what I was going to suggest too is you can go all the way down this side. And I swore I had done a spread, but apparently not, where you do both outside edges. And in this case, in the horizontal, you'd have to redate it. But this would be easily done in the vertical. Okay, so that is it for that planner. And next up is my dashboard for this year. I figured I would pull out most of my planners, so because not everybody uses a vertical, right? Some people use a dashboard, some people use a horizontal. So in this example, I've done the top and the bottom. So of course, because I need to use this very functionally, as you can see, so I can't cover up a ton. So I have to get creative in the ways I can use different stickers, and florals in particular. They're my favorite, but you have to get creative with them so I don't take up a ton of space. So I literally sort of scattered across the top and then scattered across the bottom. And then next up, we have another example of a triangle, but in my dashboard planner. Right? And then of course, peeking them, you pop them out from behind things as well, because I really love that look. Sometimes I will cut them, sometimes I won't. All right, so that is it for this planner. We're getting there, gang, I promise, we're getting there. And then next up is my health planner. So I figured I would pull this out and show you a few ways that I've used florals in here. This one, taking it all the way around the page. This is a good way to use up it's a good way to use up stickers you don't particularly like that much. Like I wasn't particularly fond of these because they have so much foil in them. So I just literally cut them and spread them all around the page and managed to use up a good portion of these florals. And then the next example is outside border. So again, I know these aren't florals per se, but you know, going down this side and going down this side with florals is easily done. And I do that quite often in this planner because again, this is a very functional planner for me. So I only have certain areas to decorate, but I will show you how I was decorating the teacher planner at the beginning of the year. If I can find a layout, this will do. So I had been going more of the traditional route with putting breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then sort of the things down the side. But this was really limited in the amount of decor that I could utilize on the spreads, which is why I really love doing it this way, because it gives me so much more room and option for decorating. Like these look so sparse. I mean, they're cute. Oh, that's the health layout. Where's another one? There's got to be another one in here. Like they're cute, don't get me wrong, but there's not really that much decor. Whereas I can go a little bit more crazy with these ones. Okay, and we have one last final example, and you're gonna probably giggle when I tell you what I call this. So this is my 2020 dashboard. And we're gonna take you to what I fondly refer to as the swoosh, because I came in heavier on this side and then sort of swooshed it off, or the wave, you could call it the wave, like a beach wave, but that's what I tend to call this one as well. And then we have this one, which was just simply an example of going down the outside of this side and then just putting decor down on here. Because as you can see, I use this very functionally. This is where I was, we were running some, not productions, programs in my Facebook group, in my health Facebook group. So I needed to track what I was doing Facebook lives on and what the social media posts were that corresponded with those. So that's why this is set up this way. It gave me a little bit of a visual checklist, but I do use this planner super functionally. So, but you know, you can see like it's changed how I use it over the years, because this is from last year versus the way I play around with the dashboard this year. All right, you guys, that is a wrap. That was a lot of planners to go through to give you guys some ideas on how you can creatively use florals. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing while you're here and help us grow this channel. And that's a wrap. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I will see you next time.